is where the fun begins.
What's up, guys? My name's Tony, aka Star Wars Sith, and welcome to another episode of Sith Talk, where we talk Star Wars news, rumors, and coming soons. Today we have on the show Tiara from the Crafting on Ilum Instagram channel. How you doing today, Tiara?
I'm great. I'm happy to be here.
Yes, awesome. All right, so tell us a little bit about your Instagram and what you do and what you focus on.
Yeah, so I started my page back in September and it's just kind of gone kind of crazy from there. It's kind of expanded into a whole bunch of things. First, initially, I created a small shop where I design Star Wars designs and I put them on various products like t-shirts, sweatshirts, long sleeve socks, beanies. Hey, you got
Yep.
it.
Yes.
Sweet. Yeah, one of these shirts, Mustafar shirts here, Bad Batch jacket. So yeah, I have various products on there. And then after I created the page, I didn't realize how big the Star Wars community was and how
Yeah.
much of like an expansion there is. I just started reading the novels and stuff, so that's new to
Oh.
me. Going to my first con at LA Comic Con. So I started doing some small cosplays and posting Star Wars memes. So you can find memes, cosplay ideas, and my
Yeah.
on my shop. Yep,
Awesome. Awesome. All right, cool. So everyone that comes on the show, I ask them the same three questions. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
All right. So the first one is, what is your favorite Star Wars movie?
Oh, that's easy. That's Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah. Yes, me too. So why is that one your favorite?
It's a core childhood memory. My dad took me out of school to go watch episode 3. Um,
Oh,
yeah, so
nice.
it's just, implanted in there, the best memory I have.
Yeah.
Popcorn getting out of school, having an icy, watching
Yeah.
Revenge of the Sith. It was the best. So yeah, Revenge of the Sith is my favorite.
Awesome. Awesome. Yeah, I have good memory from mine too, because I remember I was working that Thursday and we got out of work at like 10.
Mm.
And me and two of the guys I work with, we went right to the movie theater and waited till midnight. And there wasn't a lot
Yeah,
of people in there because back then people didn't go to like midnight releases and stuff like that. So we waited, we watched it, and it was just so amazing. Like I'll never forget that to this day.
yeah,
So
nostalgia.
yeah, for sure. So the next question is, what is your favorite Star Wars show? It could be animated or live action, but just one. What's the number one?
You have to limit me, huh? I guess I could go on a
Yeah.
whole page on what's my favorite. As of recently, I'm really loving Tales of a Jedi or Tales of the Jedi,
Oh,
the
yeah.
shorts basically, and there's
Yep.
just so much packed into each episode. So I'm gonna have to go with Tales.
Yeah, Tails was like too good because like I was worried with it being shorts that it wouldn't be
Yeah,
enough, but like it was enough. It was just all killer, no filler, like right to the point. I almost
yeah,
kind of want that more often now because there's no BS. Like it's like really, really good. So
yeah.
yeah, Tails is awesome. For me, Clone Wars, and it's just because of season 7. Season 7 put it over. If not, I was a Rebels guy, man. Rebels is just so good.
Mhm.
So, all right. So the last question is, who is your favorite Star Wars character? Number one, just one.
But it
It's
depends on
tough.
my mood. It
Yeah.
depends on the feeling. So I would have to say Ahsoka right now. I'm kind of going back into my Ahsoka phase. I was
Uh-huh.
in a huge Qui-Gon phase, but I'm doing a cosplay for Ahsoka soon, so I'm in an Ahsoka
Nice.
now. Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. Yeah, I love Ahsoka. So, like for me, it does change depending on my mood. It's typically Maul most of the time, but then it'll always fluctuate between like Anakin and Boba Fett. So it varies. So those are like my top three. But if I had to do one, it would just be Maul. Like that's my guy right there. Yeah, yeah. I mean, as you can see clearly, this
Yeah.
and then hold on. I got the sticker here too.
Oh, that's so awesome.
Yes.
That was
What
from Rebels,
fun.
actually. That was inspired
Yeah,
from Rebels.
yeah, we said that yeah, when he was about to fight all the Inquisitors, that was such a
Yeah.
dope scene and episode. Oh
So
man,
part one and part two, those two episodes, they're really, really good.
so iconic. All right, so I got a couple articles we're gonna take a look at, but before I get into it, how did you come up with your name on Crafting on Ilum? Like, what made you pick that? It's very unique, and when I read it, I'm like, I know what that means, but there might be a lot of people that might not know. But how did you come up with that name?
Yeah, so if you watch Clone Wars, the Padawans go on a little journey to the planet Ilum to craft their lightsabers or to find the Kyber crystal.
Yep.
Like the ritual kind of type thing. And so it appears in Clone Wars, and then if you play Jedi Fallen Order, um, Cal Kestis, he goes over there as well to get his new
Yep.
Kyber crystal to make his new lightsaber. So you journey through there for quite a bit and fight some what are they, droids and maybe an Inquisitor. I can't remember, but I played it a while
Yeah.
ago. But yeah, so it's a journey there, and just the idea of the Jedi going there to craft their lightsaber and how
Uh-huh.
much kind of like meditation and how inspired they are and how each lightsaber is unique. Just kind of like that artsy vibe kind of going on.
Yeah.
So I thought maybe it'd be cool to name my page Crafting on Ilum because, crafting, making designs, all that kind
Yeah,
of stuff.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's very unique. And like right away I knew what it was because I had to think and I'm like, oh, I know Ilum. And right away I thought of that episode what you were talking about in Clone Wars when Yoda took the younglings and then
Yeah.
in Fallen Order that planet. So
Mhm.
that is awesome.
Thank you.
All right. So the first couple articles I have are all Mando related. So there's a lot of Mando stuff coming out, a lot of information, a lot of leaks. Are you first before we get into this? Are you excited for Mandalorian season 3?
I am so stoked. I
Yeah,
can't wait to see more of the Mandalorians and on Mandalore, and yeah,
yeah.
I'm so excited.
Which season was your favorite so far between 1 and 2?
Dang, I didn't think that one through beforehand. Didn't know you're gonna throw me a curveball.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Um, darn. I think season two. I loved seeing Bo-Katan. I loved the all the episodes. I love the different journeys he went on. Yeah, I'm gonna go with season two.
Yeah, season 1 was iconic because it was the first Star Wars show we ever got, so
Yeah.
we didn't know what to expect, and I was like, "Holy crap, like, this is what I want. This is what the sequels should have been like. It should have been this vibe." But season 2, because like, I still remember watching the first episode, and at the end, when you saw from behind Tamora Morrison, and then he turns around. I jumped up and started screaming like, "Yo, Boba Fett, Boba Fett! That's Tamora. It has to be Boba Fett." I was so hyped and excited, and then that third episode, seeing Bo-Katan live action with the same voice actress, so it sounded just like her. Like that was beautiful. And then we
Mhm.
got Ahsoka, then we got freaking Luke. Like that season was wild,
Yeah.
super wild. So I heard the third season's supposed to have more cameos and surprises than season 1 and 2 put together, which is scary good. Yeah. So,
Dang.
yeah. So this first one, I guess this was on the cover of a magazine, the first time seeing Pedro unmasked for season 3 while they were filming. Did you see this cover of Empire yet?
I haven't.
Yeah, so this dropped maybe a couple of days ago, but this is like the newest Empire magazine. So you see Bo-Katan there on Matt, Pedro. The biggest thing about this that people were kind of like excited was he has the dark saber.
Yeah, that's so sick.
Cause
Yeah.
yeah, because in a lot of the trailers, he didn't have the dark saber or it wasn't like on his hilt or nothing. So people were kind of like, hey, where's it at? What's going on? So
Uh,
yeah, so this shot was cool. So yeah, the boy Pedro, man, this man is doing it all right now.
yeah, he is. He's in everything.
He really is. So that was a cool article seeing that cover. Have you been watching the other show that he's in right now, The Last of Us?
Yeah, I really, really enjoy it. I didn't know it was a video game, and so I was curious, and I started
Yeah.
watching it, and they're so good. The episodes are so good. They're so
Yes.
emotional. I love
So
them.
I knew it was a video game, but I never played it. But my brother played it and he said like it's one of the best video games ever, like that game, that first game.
Yeah.
So the first episode came out, and I was like, I guess I'll watch it. I wasn't really hyped or excited because I didn't really know anything. And then after that first episode, I was hooked.
Yeah.
So it's so good. I mean, give Pedro a kid and let him go on every show. It's a banger.
Daddy Pascal, yeah.
Yes, yes. So the next article, Pedro reveals one thing he loves most about Mandalorian season 3. So this quote I thought was super interesting. So he said, "What I love most about season 3 is how much the world opens up in terms of Mandalore and Mandalorians. That means so many different facets of culture, politics, rules, and discovery. Delicious doors are flying wide open." So after reading that, I'm like, man, like, what are we gonna see? What do you think about that?
I think like not only so watching Clone Wars, the different clans, seeing how Mandalore was, and then in Rebels, seeing the different clans and
Yep.
the variations of beliefs all throughout the Mandalorians, like different degrees. And
Yeah.
so I'm super excited to see a live action version where they explore more of that culture and we get to
Yeah.
see more of each clan and how they all unite together, hopefully,
Yeah.
dark sabers. So yeah.
So I saw a couple things about it, that there is going to be a bunch of different clans, and I don't know if you remember in the trailer, but you remember that one shot where it was like four really colorful Mandalorians in like the
Yeah.
trailer. Well, if you look on their shoulder, they had a certain clan logo. I forgot what it
Mhm.
was, but somebody like broke it down in a video, and it's like a
Mhm.
clan of like real like badass bad guy Mandos. And supposedly, I don't know if this is true, it might be true, it might not, but supposedly that clan is like hunting someone. Like it might be Boba Fett, or they might be hunting someone, and then a
Okay.
bunch of other Mandalorian clans get together to try to like fight them. So I've
Got
I've,
it.
I've heard I've heard so many different crazy things. I know for a fact though, there's one scene they recorded that had, it was either like 50 or 60 or 70 different Mandalorians in armor in a scene. So I'm guessing it's probably like a huge fighting sequence of like clans. So that
Yeah.
stuff sounds pretty crazy.
Yeah, I heard something too. Some people think Sabine Wren made an appearance. I don't know if that's true or not, but
Yeah, I saw that in the trailer. So it looks like her because it's a feminine Mandalorian suit and it's kind of her
Mhm.
colors. But like,
Mhm.
I'm 99.9% sure it's just a random Mando chick. But
Okay.
I still feel though that Sabine will make her debut in Mando season 3. Like, I'm calling it now because like we all know she's in Ahsoka.
Yeah.
Whenever they drop the Ahsoka trailer, she'll be in the trailer because like at Anaheim Celebration, they showed us a little footage behind the scenes, so we saw her. Like we know, like there's
Mhm.
leaked pictures of that.
Yeah.
So I think it makes sense in Mando for her to pop up, especially because in Rebels she had the dark saber too. So like,
Yeah.
what if she kind of shows Din how to wield it, how to use it? Like we
That'd
might
be
see some crazy
awesome.
stuff like that. Yeah. So
Oh, dang, that's gonna be so crazy because Kanan Jarrus helped her wield it and Ezra helped her wield it, and then she's gonna be passing on those,
yeah.
secrets. Oh, I love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna hit so hard. I cannot wait. So let's see what else they said in this article. So then Bo-Katan also said, she said, I was texting John and Dave, are you serious? This is an epic season. It's so big and bold and so different. Like, so she's reading the script and that's what she texts John and Dave. Like, man,
Yeah.
I don't think we're ready for this.
I don't either. Like the way they're
Yeah.
describing it, and just based off of the trailer too. And I think there was a cameo of R2D2. I think I saw that somewhere. And there was some battle droids, and there's kind of like a cantina looking scene. And I love seeing all
Yeah.
that. Like I love seeing an expansion of different worlds and their own like types of bars. Because in the bar it gets crazy, like there's always a hype scene or something, a battle going
Yeah.
on there. So, yeah.
Yeah, in the last trailer that they played during that football game, there was like two like B1 battle droids in there, and I'm super hyped because they have to be like practical, like they really made them, so it won't be like the prequel CGI, like they really
Yeah.
made the droids. So hopefully they get the same guy that voiced it in the prequels to voice them. Because if we get to hear them say Roger, Roger talking in live action, I'm gonna be so happy, like so
Yeah,
hyped for that.
tears are gonna be coming down your eyes.
Yes, like I love the battle droids so much. So I think that's pretty much it from that article. So that was the second Mando article. Now the third one, oh, this is some juicy stuff. And like I kind of called this beforehand, and like it's not really confirming it, it's just saying it's possible. But the Mandalorian movie prospects addressed by the show creators. So they asked John Fav if the Mando would ever be in the movies. And what he said was there's always an opportunity when you have a set of characters and stories that people connect with that you could cross media into different areas. Marvel does it quite effectively. And that's basically what he said. So it's not like he said no or yeah, but like I was kind of predicting that from the beginning because, like, I figured it's going to be a big fight with Thrawn. You have Mando, Boba, Mando, Ahsoka's coming out. Like, it's all going to lead to a big, huge fight with Thrawn. And why not put it in the movie theaters like an Endgame type movie? So,
Yeah, awesome.
what would you think if that happened? If we got like a Mando movie and like it was Mando and Ahsoka and Luke fighting Thrawn on the big screen?
I would love that. Yeah. I kind of felt like if you think about Rebels, it kind of did that in its own way. Like it introduced several characters. They went on this journey, they had character development, they grew, and there was this, huge ending that left like on a cliffhanger. Because even after I looked it up right after I finished Rebels, and I was like, is there more? Is there going to be another season? Because like this
Yeah.
can't be the ending. Like, I need to know what happens to Ezra and Thrawn. And I think it would be really, really amazing to see them all come together after their own personal journeys and like tackle on this big mission. I think that'd be like,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, so it's crazy. I was the same way too when I finished with Rebels. I'm like, I need more. Like, what happened? And I know Dave actually wrote a script for a show that would have been a Rebel sequel. So I don't know if they would have changed the name of it or if they would have just called it Rebel Season 5. So he wrote it, but I guess it got scrapped. But he took all his plans and ideas for that show and put it into the Ahsoka show. So the Ahsoka show literally is just Rebel season 5, like legit Rebel season 5. So I think Mando season 3 is going to be a banger, but I think Ahsoka
I'm so chills. I'm so excited. Yeah.
I think the internet is going to see me cry like a baby cuz like have you heard all the leaks and rumors about the Ahsoka show?
Some of them, I saw one image, a screenshot of the mural of all of them. And that almost
That's
got me
real.
seeing that. Yeah.
So when we were at Celebration, the first thing we saw was the mural when they showed us the Ahsoka clip. And I'm looking and I'm like, is this from Rebels? But then you see Sabine walk up and it's a real person. So I was like, oh, they did the mural, but in real life. So yeah, we're gonna see that. But oh man. So you remember in Rebels the world between worlds, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we're gonna see supposedly, but like so many places like leak this out that supposedly this is gonna happen. And it's probably gonna be one episode, but it's gonna be like mind blowing. So the Ahsoka is gonna go to the world between worlds, and she's gonna like walk by the portals, and she's gonna see alternate like realities, and
Oh,
like
yeah. Yeah.
yes. So one of them is like, what if she fought Anakin instead of Obi-Wan at Mustafar? One of them, I think, was it's something with her. Oh, I think one of them is like, what if she never left the Jedi Order? Remember in Clone Wars, she left as a youngling. I think one of them
Mhm.
is like that. I forgot what the other ones were, but they have another actress cast to play younger Snips. That way, for those flashbacks, it'll be a younger Ahsoka,
Yeah, yeah.
and so there's that. But oh man, what was I gonna? What was I gonna say? Oh man, I lost it. It's something with the Ahsoka show. There's just so much that's gonna happen in there. But yeah. Oh no, so Hayden is confirmed to be in the Ahsoka show. Like that's like clear as day. Hayden Christensen, he's in it. I think he's in it for like two or three big things. I think one would be like if they show him fighting Ahsoka if she never left, right? Instead of Obi-Wan. So I
Mhm.
think that's one of them. I think another one, and this is the one that'll get me. What if we see, and this isn't confirmed, this is just me thinking, but like I think we have to, I think Dave is gonna do it. What if we see Ahsoka talking to Luke? Because we know that Ahsoka knows Luke from the Book of Boba, but what if
Yeah.
Ahsoka is talking to Luke and tells him that his father redeemed himself, he came back to the light side, and then we see a Force
Um,
ghost Hayden talking to Luke and like Ahsoka. Imagine that.
Man,
It's
no.
possible.
That's crazy. I would love to see that. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I th-
my
I think
God.
I think it would be something along those lines because I feel they have to show us that first convo of when Ahsoka met Luke. Because clearly in Book of Boba, they're like kind of friends. They knew each other already. Because she was like, "You're so much like your father," and like they were like they seemed like they known each other. I want to
Mhm.
see the first time they met each other, and to see if she told him that, "Hey, your father redeemed himself," or if Luke tells Ahsoka that hey, my father redeemed himself, and then he comes as a force ghost because he was a force ghost at the end of Return of the Jedi, and it was Hayden technically. So, uh, I think the internet would go nuts if that happens on the episode.
Yeah, the universe is not gonna be able to handle that. It's gonna explode if that happens.
Yeah, it is. So, yeah, the Ahsoka show, I'm pretty sure, and like that's just Ahsoka and Luke and Hayden. We're not even talking about we're gonna get Ezra for the first time live action. We're gonna get freaking Thrawn, which they haven't confirmed the actor. The rumor is Lars Mikkelsen, who is the voice actor of him in Rebels. So it
Hmm.
would be perfect. But I think at Celebration, I think there'll be an Ahsoka panel. And I'm pretty sure if it is him, he'll probably walk out on stage and they'll probably introduce him as being Thrawn. That way, like, we'll just go nuts there. So
It has to be him. Like,
it has to
it
be
has to
him.
be.
So, yeah, so the next article I actually have is about Ahsoka. So originally it was titled as like a limited series, just one season, but there was a new listing, and you know how the internet, everybody's nosy and notices everything.
Yeah,
So I don't know what this listing is from, but this is something like Disney official, and instead of it saying limited series, it now says Ahsoka season 1. So what do you think of that? Like, if we get more than one season of Ahsoka?
I mean, Dave Filoni and John going at it for another season. I mean, there's going to be so much opportunity for so much more storytelling and new characters and more
Yeah.
old characters. And yeah, that's going to be really awesome.
Yeah. So another thing that they had, and hold on, I'm trying to find the name of it. So supposedly they're working on another show right now,
Hmm.
and it has a code name. Let me bring it up. I forgot the freaking name. I have it here though. It's called Ghost Track 17, right? Is the code name of the show. And I think it might be whatever the next show is after Ahsoka. So I think I have a feeling it's going to be like an Ezra and Thrawn show because Ghost is the ship. And then Ghost Track 17, I think Rebels first came out in 2017. So I think like the hints are in the name, and it's a John and Dave show. So it
Yeah,
has to be something. But imagine it, if it is that and they do announce it at Celebration in London in April, like imagine if it was Ezra and Thrawn show, how crazy that would be.
I would love to see what happened in like that time span, before Ahsoka, eventually finds him, I'm assuming, and then,
Yeah.
when he goes into space with them, like, what do they do? Where do they go? Who do they see? How do they survive out there, Like, yeah, I would
Yeah.
love to see more expansion on that.
So, have you heard some of the crazy Thrawn rumors for Ahsoka?
No.
So, supposedly, and oh, it's some crazy stuff, but supposedly wherever he's at, he has like a crazy army of like some undead creatures or undead people, like almost like a zombie army, which I don't know, that sounded wild and crazy, which okay, cool. But he also has a bunch of stormtroopers that have cracked armors that were like welded together, kind of like, remember Kylo's helmet when he smashed it and he put it back together and had all the
Yeah.
lines?
Yeah.
It's like that, but it's a squad of stormtroopers, and it's like this gold material that's welded in between it. And like supposedly you see them chasing Ezra, Thrawn, and Sabine, Ezra, Ahsoka, and Sabine in the show as like is how it gets introduced. Something crazy like that. Yeah. But that's not all. Then they said supposedly Thrawn, and this is all like leaks, but like I think it's gonna happen. So they said Thrawn has this one guy, I forgot his name, but he is an Order 66 survivor, and he was a Jedi trying to hide, and he eventually turned to the dark side. So he's a dark Jedi, and his Padawan is a Night Sister. So he has a Padawan that is
Ooh.
basically like Asajj Ventress, but it's his Padawan, and
Yeah.
and they all work for Thrawn, which sounds buck wild, but I freaking love it. He has two. He has a Jedi, a Sith, Asajj, and like in two armies.
I think I saw something and they were hinting at maybe it's that I don't remember his name, but that one like Sith Lord, I guess, in Jedi Fallen Order that Cal Kestis faces off on
Oh,
Dathomir.
yeah, it's not that guy.
Okay.
He's kind of like that guy, but
Okay.
that guy, he has a specific name. I forgot what it was. This new guy has a different name, so it kind of leaked like what his code name is.
Okay.
But
Okay.
it's very similar to that because same kind of thing. That guy was a Jedi, and then he just ended up chilling on Dathomir, and then he kind of turned. So it's basically that, but they're doing it in live action, which is freaking awesome. I forgot about that. You're right.
Mhm. I love that part of the game too, so it'd be amazing to see that,
Yeah.
on screen.
Yeah, no, that game was so good. Like, so when you played it, did you beat the whole game?
I did. Okay, so funny story. Um, for 80% of the game, I did not know that you could get stims. So
Oh,
I
wow.
went
Yeah.
through the whole game without getting, I had two stims the whole time.
Yeah.
Eventually, I
Damn.
figured out that you could get stims, and so I
Uh-huh.
went back to all the planets and I gathered them so that way
Yeah.
when I get to the Inquisitor, I forget what the name of it is, the
The
Inquisitor
Inquisitori
moon.
or whatever it's
Yeah,
called. Yeah.
yeah. When I went there for like the final face off, I had
Yeah.
all of my stims so that way I could survive. But yeah, it was
Wow.
a challenge. I felt so dumb for not knowing, but it is what it is.
So when you got to the final fight with Vader, did you know that that was there, or was it a surprise and like it caught you off guard?
It was a surprise. I was like, what? Like, oh yeah,
That's
he's also
awesome.
another Inquisitor. And then when I saw the Obi-Wan show too, and it was like practically pulled from that last face off too,
The whole thing, yeah.
man, I love that.
Yeah. So when I played it, I kind of like knew because I seen stuff because I got it late and I played it late. But like I kind of like wish I would have been like playing it and had no idea because like my reaction to that probably would have been I would have freaked out because that shit was terrifying. Like
Yeah.
and like I remember the first couple times I'm like, I'll beat him, I'll fight him, but he
Mm,
just kills you so
yeah,
quick.
it took me a few tries too. Like, you can't press that button fast enough because, first of
Yeah.
all, I'm shocked that it's Vader, and second
Yeah.
of all, he's just so powerful. I'm like trying to mash my my controller.
Yeah. So for Survivor, I'm actually gonna be live streaming it and playing it without any spoilers, like of me seeing what's happening. That way, it'll be like authentic, genuine reaction to every cameo. Because I'm sure Survivor is gonna be just as good, if not better. And
Yeah,
there's so many rumors because like Maul could pop up, Obi-Wan could pop up because the game I think is a year after the Kenobi show. So like if there's any mission to Tatooine, I'm going out in the desert and looking for him because he's there. Like he's legit there. So I'm really excited for the next one. I'm just a little sad it got pushed back to April. It was supposed to be next month.
yeah.
So, are you gonna grab that one?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Nice, nice. Yes. All right. So yeah, that was pretty much it for this article. So hopefully we do get it. I mean, this I already know this first one is gonna break any record that Mando has. Like people are gonna go nuts, man.
Yeah.
So
I'm definitely more excited for the Ahsoka show than I am for Mandalorian. Not to say that I'm not stoked for Mandalorian, but Ahsoka because Rebels, all the Rebels character, and plus Ahsoka. So I'm definitely more stoked for Ahsoka.
yeah, me too. Like I'm hyped for Mando, but like if I can only choose one, give me Ahsoka right now.
Oh,
Like
yeah. Yeah, hands down, yeah.
Dave said, I don't know if it's the first episode, but he recorded an episode and he said that he almost cried at the end if it was like a religious experience for him, is what he said. And that's deep.
Yeah.
So, yeah, pretty freaking crazy. All right, so the next part we're gonna get into, I'm gonna show some collectibles, some new stuff that's coming out, Star Wars related. But before I show you that, what kind of Star Wars collectibles do you like to collect? Like, do you collect any like Funkos, Hasbro, Black Series, Vintage Collection, anything like that?
So when I was younger, I had a ton of toys. I actually have a reel on my Instagram, and it's going through my
Oh,
cousin's toys because he has
uh-huh,
all of those old toys. Like one of them was a mic, and you could put like those dog chain little tab things on it, and it did
uh-huh.
like a voice of the character. So he had a ton of
Oh,
old toys, and I had those same ones too. But life happens, and I have no idea what happened to them. So unfortunately, my
yeah.
collection has dwindled down to nothing. But I just recently started collecting a little bit more
Uh-huh.
and I have some like pins. I have
Nice.
what is it, a comic book signed by Ray Park, the one who
That's
does
so
some
awesome. Yes.
Goodwill sometimes, and like grab some seals like this ornament TIE fighter,
That's
some
cool.
my stuff, and some Legos here I've been building on. So yeah, things like that.
Nice, nice. All right, so the first one I'm gonna show you, and you'll appreciate it a lot. It's a Funko Pop that's coming out, but you'll know the scene exactly what it's from. And when I saw it, I was like, hell yes. Because like only if you watch Clone Wars, you'll realize why is this person in this armor? But we're getting Kenobi in the Mandalorian armor.
All right, season seven. No, season six, I think before
Yeah, it
when
was earlier. It was
or not Sabine,
Satine.
Satine, there you go.
Yes. So when he was on Mandalore saving Satine and he was in the armor. So I saw this. It's just beautiful. Like look at that. So cool.
That's the Death Watch armor, right? That's what
I
they're
I think
talking
so, yeah, because that's when he was fighting them and it was Death Watch. Yeah. So it's like
about.
yeah. So they're dropping that. It's Entertainment Earth only, but like this thing is just beautiful.
It's really nice, yeah.
So that's the first one. The next one is another Clone Wars Funko, and I'm so glad. I think we're gonna get a full wave, so there should be 4 or 5 more, which is beautiful because they always like play us on doing prequels and Clone Wars stuff. They never do enough of it. Like none of the
Mhm.
companies do.
Yeah.
But the next one is this 2 pack with Maul and
Oh,
Gar Saxon.
that's awesome. I love that.
Yeah, so this is part of Target Con, which is like Target's little fake convention kind of thing where they just release a bunch of pops at one time in store and it's just called Target Con. So these are popping up. I haven't found it yet, but like it's just so cool and it glows in the dark. So I believe Maul Saber glows and I believe the visor of Gar Saxon glows in the dark.
That's awesome. I would definitely, if I collected Funko, because I don't have any. This disclaimer, I don't have any Funko Pops. So if I collected them, that's definitely what I would be getting.
So I recommend stay away from Funko. It is bad. Oh, it is, and I blame my boy Ricky. And if he's watching this, it's all your fault, Ricky. I still blame him to this day, 8 years later. But like once you get one, oh, you just don't stop because like they're reasonably priced for the most part, and they're everywhere. So like I didn't really notice it until I started noticing it. And then you go to Walmart, they're there. You go to Target, you go to GameStop, you go to Walgreens, you go to Barnes and Nobles, you go to Books a Million, you go to Hot Topic. Like they're just
Yeah,
everywhere. and then you
Yeah.
learn how to get them with codes and coupons and get them for like $4 or $5, it's bad. So just be careful if you get your first Funko. Just know it's all downhill after that, like 100%. So
Noted. Yeah, definitely noted.
all right, so the next one I got, it's something I don't really collect, but I got a couple of them lately because like I got them on sale and they're cool. But like two of these four I'm gonna show you, I have to get. I have to get. So it's the hold on, let me bring it up. It is the fig pins. Have you ever seen like the fig pins, the bigger pins that come in a little like case like this?
Yeah. Yeah, I have.
So I didn't really get into them because a lot of times they're like 14, $15 or $13, and I'm like, I don't want a pin for that price. But I got, where's it? I was too far. I got the whole Bad Batch set from GameStop, and it was all clearance, like $4 or $5 each. So for $4, I was like, yeah, I'll grab
Yeah.
it. So this one's pre Vizsla, which is cool. What do you think of this one?
So I'm not really a fan of him, but I mean, I've
Yeah.
seen the thing because they have the Holocron store in Austin. It's a little bit
Oh
away from me,
yeah.
but yeah, they have a variety of them, and I think they're really cool. I think, seeing a larger pin like that, just being able to see more detail, I think is really cool.
Yeah. So that's one of them. The next one is this Cad Bane one.
Very
That
cool.
one's pretty
I love
dope.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that one's cool for sure. Now, I'm gonna save the best for last, but the next one, which I'm probably gonna buy this one just because this character they don't give enough love, and she has so much backstory in Clone Wars, and like they don't do my girl justice. So Asajj Ventress. So what do you think of this one?
I think it's awesome. I like her fit in there. I definitely wanted a little bit more backstory. I was reading some stuff online and like in the expansion, or I don't know what you would call it, but basically, who's that Jedi? What's his name again? Where he has like that marking, he does like that yellow marking across his face. He has like kind of
Oh,
like
Quinlan Voss. Quinlan Voss. Yeah, they had a
yes,
little thing going on.
I was
Yeah,
thinking that he turned to the dark side, and Asajj, how do you say your name? Asajj?
Asajj Ventress. Yeah,
I can never say it. Asajj
Asajj.
turned him back to the good side, and
Yeah,
I love to see an animated series on that. That'd be awesome.
that'd be so cool. Yeah, I haven't read any of that, but I heard that it was like I don't maybe it's a book or something, but like it's a whole
Yeah.
story with Quinlan Voss and Asajj, and
Mhm.
like I was so mad in the Kenobi show when they name dropped Quinlan Voss and we didn't get to see him. Like that would
Yeah.
have been perfect. But what you want to check out for more backstory for Asajj is the Dooku book. It's called Dooku Jedi Lost. That
Okay.
that book is amazing. And like I'm glad I read it because watching Tales and seeing more of Dooku's story,
Ah,
it
oh
it
my
just
God.
it just made it so much more impactful and meaningful. But like Dooku Jedi Lost, basically, it's about Dooku, and it flashes back from him as a youngling with Sifo Dyas, and Yoda was his master, and it flashes back from that to when he gets a little bit older and he's training Qui-Gon a little bit, and then when he's older and he kind of takes Asajj under his wing, and he sends Asajj on crazy missions to try to find his sister, and like it's wild, and Dooku at the end is a savage. This guy is a lunatic, but the book is amazing. It's probably one of the best Star Wars books. Like it's a must read for sure.
Okay. It's definitely going on my list because I mean I just recently cosplayed him, and it just made me so
Oh
interested
yeah,
in the
yeah.
details. And my favorite scene, it's like sad. It's so sad. Well, I guess it's my second favorite scene is when he's in front of that tree and he says, Qui-Gon loved to come
Oh,
here. This is the only like piece of
yes.
greenery that was around. He was so interested in this, and he's just standing there and he's heartbroken, and you can feel it. You can feel his emotions as he's standing there, and so it made me more interested to like learn more about him because we only get a little bit of him in episode 2, and I never really had any interest in him after watching the
Nobody did.
prequel.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, but then you see Clone Wars and it's like, okay, okay, I got a little bit
Yep.
more. So he's pretty cool. And then you see Tails, I'm like, I have to know. I have to know more. I need to, get inside his head and see, what's going on.
So, if you read the book, because like it's sad, and like when you talked about it, kind of trigger the memory. So, a lot of the reason why he turned, you'll see in the book, because he had a lot of drama with his family, and part of the reason he turned was family stuff. So, it's actually sad. It's really really sad. So, definitely, yeah, read it. It's so much more.
Definitely. Definitely go on the list. I have so much to read too. So,
I know I have like 30 books, but like it's so hard. And like I'm so bad where I started with one book, but then I started with another book because I got more excited for it. And then I didn't finish that. And then I got another book that I want to start. So I gotta like behave and figure it out. Or I think what I might try to do is just get I like the physical books because like I have like a dope little bookshelf full of it. It looks cool.
yeah.
But I think I might start doing more audiobooks. That way, like if I'm doing long drives, traveling, I could
Uh,
kind of knock stuff out that way too. It'll be a
yeah.
little bit easier. So yeah, because I have the Darth Maul book. So you know, in Clone Wars and Rebels, Sam Witwer is the one that voices Darth Maul, right? Have you
Hmm.
heard? Yeah. So I heard and I checked it. The Darth Maul book, Sam Witwer is the one narrating it. So for the audiobook, it's
Yes.
him
Oh
reading
my
it.
God.
So that legit would be like Clone Wars for your ears. Like what? Because it's his voice and he does Maul's voice, which is Maul. So in the book, there's Palpatine, which he voices Palpatine, I think, in one of the video games. I forgot what game it is, but he voices Palpatine in some of the video games, the older games.
Is it Force Unleashed?
It might be whatever game, older game like that that Palps
Oh
is
no,
in.
no, he plays that main character in Force
Well,
Unleashed.
he's Star Killer, yeah. But if there's an
Yeah.
Emperor scene in there,
Mm,
he was the one voicing it, which is crazy.
okay.
So I definitely want to get that audio book just to hear Maul telling me
Yeah.
Maul's story. Like that's
Yes,
wild.
yeah. That's awesome. I love watching him too. Like not even just the animated series, but the behind the scenes of him voicing.
Yes, reading
It's
it,
so entertaining.
it's so dope. Yeah, I've seen a couple of him reading stuff. I've seen one of him and Savage reading in the same room together, and it just was like so cool, man. So cool. So the last pin that I have, of course, I save the best for last. Robot leg Maul
Oh,
from Clone Wars.
that's so cool. Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
That's
So that
awesome.
thing, this thing is sick. So I'll pay full price for this. I usually wait for everything to hit clearance, but like for my boy Maul, I'm gonna splurge and I'm gonna get this like right away. But what do you think of this one?
I think it's awesome. I think it's creepy, but I love it. I got
Yeah,
so
so
creeped out
creepy.
when they reintroduced Maul in Clone Wars. Like I had to pause the episode a few times because I was like getting real creeped out by it because he goes crazy a little bit down there on that planet so
Yeah,
isolated for such a long time. And so it was creepy, and it's creepy, but it's really, really cool to see, especially in a pin that large at least. Yeah, it's really cool.
yeah, no, for sure. Yeah, he was super creepy with his
Oh yeah.
spider legs and his horns were longer. Like it was weird. And at first I was like, I don't know if I like this, but he changed pretty quick back to like
Yeah,
regular Maul. So
yeah, yeah.
um yeah, it was super cool. So I know you mentioned LA Comic Con was your first that was your first big convention or first convention ever, right?
Yeah, so I went
Yeah.
to so I'm from California, but
Uh-huh.
I actually lived in Anaheim like pretty much all my life. And
Mhm.
I went to like a WonderCon at the Anaheim Convention Center when I was like
Yeah.
13, but I didn't really understand it. Like I wasn't really into it, I guess. And so LA Comic Con was like the first big con that I've ever gone to and like engaged in and like dressed in a cosplay
Yeah.
for. Yeah, it was really
And
cool.
and were you there? How many days? Is it 3 or 4 days? Were you there for all the days or just a couple?
So I went 2 days, not the whole day, but I went like half the day on, I think it was Saturday and half the day on Sunday. But it is 3 days.
Nice.
I did buy a ticket or a pass for all 3 days, but I ended up only going on Saturday and Sunday.
Nice. What was your favorite thing that you saw when you were out there?
I love seeing everyone's cosplay. Like there's so
Yes.
like people have such a crazy imagination and people are so talented. I loved seeing that. And there was this little booth with these droids. They had Chopper and they had R2D2 and they had BB1
Yes.
and that
Yes.
was really cool to see in person. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one of my favorite things too, because some of the cosplay, it's like, they spend hundreds or thousands on it because it looks better than like the show, like the movie. And like,
Yeah. Yeah.
and then the crazy mashups that you see, like people mixing stuff up, like it's so cool. It's so much fun seeing all that stuff. So you definitely eventually have to check out a Star Wars celebration because you will lose your mind. Because like it's kind of like those conventions, but it's all Star Wars and it's everything. Like the first
Yeah.
time I the first time I went in 2017, I only did 2 days out of the 4 days because I was like, oh, 2 days will be enough. I don't need to go all 4 days. And
Yeah.
I was so wrong because like I had such a good time. It's just like a different vibe and the energy in there. It's like
Yeah.
it's unmatched. It's unmatched. It's so much fun.
Yeah, I was so jealous. I didn't even know it was a thing. I mean, I feel
Yeah.
disgraced. I had no idea that Star Wars Comic Cons or cons were a thing, Star Wars celebrations were a thing. And I watched, I think it was like a live or a replay of
Hmm.
when Hayden went on stage and said, this is where the fun
The fun.
begins.
I know.
Crazy. And he described the atmosphere as like just crazy. It's just wild and so like invigorating. Like people were so excited to be there. So I was so jealous and I wish I could have gone.
Yeah, so that exact moment you were talking about, I was literally to the right when that happened. So yeah, I almost had a heart attack hearing like and I didn't get it recorded because I was just watching and listening. But when he said that, everybody went nuts. So that was I forgot what the name of that stage is, but whatever that stage is, to the right of it was the photo ops. So I was in line for my photo op with Giancarlo Esposito with Moff Gideon. So while
Okay.
I'm waiting, everyone starts screaming. I'm like, what's going on? And I look over and I see Hewan and Hayden walk on stage. And I was like, oh, the boys, they're right there.
Boys.
Yeah, so they came on, they were talking, and everybody ran and crowded that stage. And then when he said that and left, the whole place erupted. It was just hearing that live. Oh, it was just beautiful, so beautiful. And yeah, I'll never forget that. I'll never like the minute you said, I'm like, I was there. I heard that like live. So that's the whole reason I started my channel. I made my YouTube channel to cover Anaheim just because I wanted to show people one what Star Wars Celebration is and how amazing it is. Because like when I went in 2017, I never knew about it. The only reason I went is I lived in Orlando at the time, and when I was driving down the road on iDrive, I saw like flyers for it. And I'm like, what the heck is this? And I went, and then I went in 2019 in Chicago, and it was amazing. We did the whole 5 days there after just doing 2 in Orlando, and it was amazing. And then we went to Anaheim for the full 4 days, and that's when I started my channel. So my first 6 videos are all Anaheim celebrations. So yeah, it's definitely something you have to experience, like for sure in your life. Like, yeah.
Yeah, I'm jealous you get to go to London for Star Celebration. Definitely the next one in the States. I'm grabbing tickets immediately. Like I have to. And I know that you had mentioned to me that Hayden's going to be in Dallas, and so
Yes.
I I have to go to that. I have to see him.
Yeah. Don't sleep on that because like he might sell out. So he's also coming to Orlando too. And He had a dual photo. I messed up, but I hope it restocks. But he has a dual photo op at MegaCon in Orlando, Hayden with Rosario, and it's sold out. Like
Yeah,
how
I saw that. Yeah.
imagine that? Or like this would be me in the middle with Hayden and Rosario. So it's sold out. But like for over there, definitely look into it and grab it sooner than later because you don't want it to sell out. And like he's right there, kind of by you. Like that'd be
Yeah. Yeah.
torture.
Hmm.
But for London, we just got like lucky and we just I literally started planning it and booking it while at Anaheim, which sounds crazy, but I'm crazy, but it's okay. So what I did was we were at Celebration the very last day. There's a panel called the closing ceremonies panel, and at the end of that panel, it tells you when and where the next celebration is. So we were
Got
in there. It told us London. Here are the dates. The first thing my mind was, I opened up my phone. I went to Expedia because with it, well, because with Expedia, you can book hotels and free cancellations and you pay when you get there. So
Uh-huh.
like I booked a hotel right away. So I'm walking out of the auditorium booking a hotel for London. So I had that unlocked and then we kind of just pieced everything like little by little. So since then we bought maybe a few months later, got our plane ticket, a few months later, got this, got that. So I just started doing it little by little because I knew I wanted to go. Just
Mhm.
because, like, one, it hasn't been in Europe or London since 2016, so that's 8 years since it's been there, and
Yeah.
and two, I just want to see what the vibe is out there because, like, I've been to 3 celebrations here in America. Like, I want to see how these London cats are, and maybe it's I have a feeling it's gonna be the same. They're just gonna have that British accent, but it's gonna be like the same thing, like the love for Star Wars, the passion. I'm really interested to see like what kind of stuff the vendors and the tables and the booths will have there. Because like what kind of stuff is sitting around in UK that we don't have here, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So London's gonna be wild, super wild.
That's awesome.
So the next celebration though, and it's not confirmed, but like I kind of thought it would happen, and I heard it from somebody that kind of knows people that kind of knows stuff. So take it with a grain of salt, but I'm pretty sure that 2024 celebration will be in Orlando, Florida. And like once I heard that from him, I was like, I kind of had a feeling because it hasn't been here since 2017. It hasn't been here since Galaxy's Edge has been open, and it's a legit Lucasfilm Disney like thing. So it hasn't been here since that Star Cruiser hotel's been open. So like, why? Of course they would want it here because everyone that would come to it would do all that stuff too at the same time. So I have a feeling on what day is it? April 10th, I think, is the last day of celebration in London. I have a
Mhm.
feeling that day we'll know when and where it is. If it's in Orlando, are you gonna try to go?
Oh yeah, I'm out there. I need to go to one. I need to book it like now. Yeah, I'm super excited. I'm gonna put my name down for a reservation for free cancellation as soon as you announce it, because I'm waiting on you for that information.
Oh
Um,
yeah. So what I'm gonna do too, because sometimes in the panels they don't let you record, but for this, I'm pretty sure it won't be an issue. So I might have my phone on and I might go live on Instagram or TikTok or whatever works best with my reception. Or I
mhm.
might try to go live on everything because I think with StreamYard, I could go live to like 3 or 4 things. So I'm gonna go live towards the end of the panel right before they announce it. That way everyone can see it like live, like as I see it too.
Yeah.
And if they say Orlando, I'm literally gonna cut off the stream because I have a hotel in mind already that I want to book. That's walking distance to the convention center. Because the thing that's tricky, if you wait to book a hotel, and like most people do it, because they typically let me wait till the tickets come out, get my tickets to the show, then I'll book my hotel. That's the wrong way to do it. So for San Diego Comic Con, that is this year in July, I knew I wanted to go. So I booked a hotel for San Diego like 6, 8 months ago, just because I knew I wanted to go. So I booked it, free cancellation, right? And it was like 1,200 for a week, which is okay for San Diego because everything's expensive over there, right?
Yeah,
So
everything's it's in California. Yeah.
yeah. So San Diego Comic Con tickets came out. I hit, and I barely got it. It is so hard and tricky to get those, but I got 4 days out of the 5. So I got the ticket. So I went to the hotel because I was gonna adjust it a day shorter since I didn't get all 5 days. And then the prices skyrocketed because like now all the hotels in the area knew about the con, and the same hotel that I booked for 1,200 for a week, 6 days would have been $6,000.
Jeez.
I saw that, I had a heart attack. So like imagine if I would have did the typical thing and got my tickets first, then look for a hotel. So that's why for Orlando, even though I mean I kind of live close, but I'm gonna still get a hotel because I want to be walking distance so I could walk there, get stuff, drop it off. But
Yeah.
yeah, Orlando is gonna be crazy if it's like confirmed for there for sure.
I've never gone to Florida, so that will also be a new adventure.
Oh, no, yeah, for sure. Yeah, most people will probably make it like a bigger trip because like there's so much to do. Like if you like theme parks, there's like 80 of them in Orlando. It's ridiculous.
Really? Okay, cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
well, because Disney alone is 5 parks, and then Universal is 2 parks. Then
Oh,
there's
that's right. Yeah, yeah, you
yeah,
guys have Universal.
yeah, Universal's 2 parks there, and then SeaWorld is there, and then there's probably something else hiding. But yeah, there's so much to do. So yeah, it'd be a real fun trip for sure.
I love theme parks, so yeah, I haven't gone to Disneyland in a hot minute, so I definitely want to check. I haven't gone to Florida, so I haven't seen their Disney either. Their
Yeah.
Disney, so definitely have
So
to check.
so Florida's Disney is kind of like Cali's, but just way bigger. Because I feel like Cali is similar, but it's like crunched in. Since Cali's like 2 parks, over
Yeah,
here it's like 5 parks. So every park is like massive. So it's definitely a lot of fun for sure. All right. So the last thing we're gonna do, and I'll bring it up in a second, but do you want to show off any of your merch? Any new stuff? Do you have anything by you want to kind of show us?
well, I my Roger shirt when things aren't Roger shirt that I'm going to be
Yes.
releasing on Friday.
Uh-huh.
That's good because I wore it to take photos and then I wore it.
Oh,
That's
gotcha. Okay.
But someone had commented on my post to make it into a crop top and into like a crew neck or a sweatshirt. So
Uh-huh.
I'm definitely throwing my design on both of those types of products, so that will be available. But that's coming out Friday, and then
Yes.
yeah, I think I have. Don't have it, so I guess you're just gonna have to wait for the post. It's a
Oh, was it something new?
course theme, so I don't have it in here, but I have it on me like physically.
What
But
what was it?
it's gonna be a Coruscant themed shirt.
Oh, is it on your site right now?
I
Not
haven't
yet.
really I haven't
Oh.
posted anything about it, but I'm really excited. I made a reel for it. But my Roger tee will be coming out this Friday. Probably 5 p.m. Central Standard Time is the time that I release it. But I do have one of like I guess two of the most popular ones.
Uh-huh.
The High Republic beanie that I have on my site here.
Yes.
A lot of people have bought this. It's really good quality. Had someone say that they were hiking in like 32-degree weather or something like that, and they were wearing this and like two jackets and something like that, and it kept them
Yeah.
really warm. And then when I wear it, sometimes I start sweating. Like I went to Target one time with it on, and I was sweating.
Yeah.
It keeps me really warm.
Uh-huh.
And
Yeah,
then
that
yeah, yeah.
that
Go ahead.
beanie's cool. The first time I saw it though, I was confused because I thought it was like Legend of Zelda. I thought it
Yeah,
was like Legend of Zelda inspired, but then I read it. I was like, oh, okay, that's still cool though.
yeah, it's High Republic. And then people really like the Kanan Jarrus Legacy tee.
Oh, you
Yeah.
you have that on a crew neck too, right?
I actually have, so it's a little bit different design. I have it here too. Um,
Oh, it says Dune on it, right?
yeah, it's my
Yes.
sweatshirt. It's one of my favorite,
Yes, Doom.
cozy. Yeah, Doom kind of looks like a university sweatshirt at first
Yeah.
glance. You know.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, so speak of the devil. I forgot about one other leak.
hmm
Oh, you might like freak out with this. So in Ahsoka, they're gonna be riding wolves, and I think one of the wolves might be Doom. So it might be like Kanan and Spirit in one of those. Those are what load wolves is what they call. What are
Yeah,
they called?
yeah, loaf wolves. Yeah.
So yeah, because I guess there was some unused what is it called, like art that they do before a show that sometimes to like get ideas, whatever that, I forgot what that's called. So there was some art that was never used for Rebels, and it was two wolves, and it was Ahsoka and Rex riding lone wolves. And there were leaks that they made like some giant wolves that kind of look realistic. So we might legit see Ahsoka, maybe Rex riding full size lone wolves in Ahsoka, which is crazy.
So I had heard of Ahsoka riding the loaf wolves, but what got me right now is that possibly Rex might be with her, and
Yeah,
they're like best buds, and them riding loaf wolves. Oh,
yeah, because that was
it's
the unused art was both of them riding it together. It was Rex and Ahsoka riding wolves. So, oh yeah, that's another person. Like we have to get Rex in Ahsoka. Like we have to.
that's
I
her
don't.
pet.
It,
That's her
it,
best friend.
it is. It really is. Like I don't want a Rex and Mando. I mean, I'll take it, but it'd be more meaningful for us to see Rex live action the first time in Ahsoka. Like, oh, it just would be so awesome. So awesome. You want to know another thing that might make you freak out about the Ahsoka show?
I'm ready. I'm sitting down.
So when they showed us the little bit of the scenes from the footage, so at Anaheim, it was the Mando panel, and John and Dave were running it, and the Ahsoka show literally just started filming 7 days before the panel. So we didn't think we were going to get anything, but they had stuff for us. One of the parts of that they showed us is we saw like inside of a ship, and there was a table, and it looked like a child's hand trying to use the Force to move stuff, right? So think about that. What child would be on the ship that Hera's on, that Sabine's on? It might be,
Jason.
yeah, Jason Sindula. So we might get a live action Jason Sindula, which would I would just lose it if we seen him.
That'd be so cute. I would love
Yeah, yeah. So yeah, Ahsoka, we're not ready.
it. Mm-mm.
But so here's your site. So for everyone watching on YouTube, you can check it out. I'll put the link down in the description, but a lot of cool stuff on here. So there's that crew neck, there's the shirt, the landscape stuff.
Roger, yeah.
We
Stickers.
got stickers, lots of
Yep.
stickers, socks.
Socks.
Yeah. So this is the shirt that I'm wearing right now, the mall shirt.
Yeah.
I think I need this one next.
Oh yeah, yeah. I actually have that. If you want to see it here, I got it.
Oh, yes.
So I wear it a lot because it's one of my favorite ones. And it's like this kind of like a tie-dye type shirt.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Oh, it
it's super
looks.
big. Yeah.
Is it like loose fit or is it like a regular fit?
It's loose fit. Uh
Nice.
I got a medium and it's real comfy. It's 100% cotton. It's softer. So the one you're wearing, that's the
Uh-huh.
typical like Gildan shirt. And
Yeah.
it's a little rougher, but like when you wear it and when you wash it, it gets softer, but it's still a little bit more stiffer. This is like the soft style Gildan type
Got
things.
you.
Yeah.
Hold it up again so we can see the front.
Yeah.
That it just looks so cool.
Yeah.
And is that oh that's Ray Park Mall, right? That's not Clone Wars Mall?
Yeah, yeah, it's a live action or yeah, from the movie.
Nice.
Yeah. Not
Nice.
the animated one, yep.
Yeah, that is so cool. So yeah, I'm gonna grab that one next for sure. The Roger one you're dropping, that thing is so fire. Like,
It's a mood.
and let's take a look at a couple more things in here. So are you gonna do more like more beanies or any hats? I'm a big hat guy. When I was looking in the hat section, I was like, oh, no hats. Are you gonna like ever do any hats or anything like that?
Yeah, I've been looking into I just don't I was thinking kind of because someone has mentioned like several other products, like what if I put the Roger on a hat? I think that'd be cool.
Oh, yes.
I have a few designs that I kind of want to mess around with and put on other products. I have some Tales of the Jedi kind of type designs that I haven't put out
Oh,
yet. There's gonna be a Count Dooku. There's those little like pups or those like dogs that are in the first episode of Ahsoka or with Ahsoka.
yeah.
And then I'm also in the process of sketching that like saber-tooth wolf type character.
Oh, from Tails?
Yeah, from Tails. And I want to put that on a sweatshirt. And I think maybe I could put it on a hat or a beanie. I think maybe like
Yeah.
be embroidered. That'd be pretty cool. So yeah.
Nice. Awesome. So guys, I'm gonna put her information down in the description, her Instagram, the link to the site. Definitely check it out for sure. So anything else we can look forward to from all your designs, you do everything yourself?
So I sketch a lot of the designs that are on there.
Uh-huh.
I also use like the Photoshop app type things to edit some of them, like that mall one. Obviously, I didn't draw
Oh
the
yeah, yeah, yeah. Uh-huh.
but like the design behind it, you know, like the lettering. Although I don't draw that, I do design it using like the Photoshop. I also use Canva.
Yeah.
That helps with some of the items, like the lettering and the fonts. So I use Photoshop, Canva, and then I use my sketching abilities and I just scan it, put it on a hard drive or flash drive, and upload that onto like Canva and then kind of fix it up a little bit.
Nice. Yeah, I use Canva daily. I love Canva so much. It's so convenient and so clutch. Like, it's great for sure.
Yep, pay for that. I pay for that that premium stuff. I need it.
Yeah, no, me too. Yeah, I have whatever the upgraded one is just because like I use it so much and so often, like it's worth every
Yeah,
penny.
yeah.
So tomorrow you have dropping the Roger Rogers shirt and then there's the Coruscant one dropping tomorrow too?
The Coruscant will be dropping sometime next week. I try and drop one new design every week since the
Okay.
new year started. Though that can be hard to keep up with, just life in
Yeah.
general. But that is my goal for the new year for one new design each week. I have some new stickers coming out, the new t-shirts that have been coming out, and then gonna be placing that Roger one on different products. So keep an eye out for that. And then I'm open to any suggestions. Like someone had mentioned putting the Roger one on different products, and I'd be so down to do that. I think that's a great
Yeah.
idea. So any type of designs you want to see or products, like you said you want to see more hats, because I don't have any hats on there. I can definitely look into doing that because my
Yeah.
goal is to share my designs with something that people like love to wear and show
Mhm.
off. So definitely open to ideas because I'm always looking to improve. Also, there's always that 20% off discount. The code is
Oh.
on my Instagram page for your first purchase. And then when you purchase, I typically send like a thank you envelope
Yeah.
type thing with some extra discount codes. So you purchase, you get a little bit extra goodies there.
Nice. Yeah, that's so awesome. That was so nice that you did that. I didn't expect that at all when I got that little thank you card. That's awesome for sure. That personal touch.
Oh,
Yeah.
perfect. Yeah, that's the goal because I'm in the business of people, like I like the
Yeah.
community. I want to build a nice community, so I try and send out those thank you cards. I usually send it out like a few weeks after because again, life, but I'm not
Yeah.
to send. I have some that I have to send out tomorrow. I think I'm gonna make it to the post office, but yeah,
Nice, nice. All right. Well, thank you so much for your time and coming on the show today. I appreciate it. So that's going to wrap it up for this episode. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you.
thank you.